Tap the Standards button at the bottom of the screen to enter the Standards view. iSwimTimes has the ability to keep track of a number of time standards. Notice that there are 3 example time standards that come with iSwimTimes. Your swim club or team will have their own standards, and you can enter those here. If we tap the girls 10 and under standards, you will notice that all the standard cuts are displayed with all the events underneath those standard cuts. For example, for an August time, you have 50 back long course meter will be 44.41 seconds. Scroll down here, you'll see 50 free short course, yards 32.55, and so on. You can switch to looking at these standard times by event, and you'll notice that 50 back long course meter, and you'll see the different standard cuts. A convenient way to look at all these standards very quickly when you want to look something up. And you can switch back to looking at the individual standards. Now let's tap the Standards button to get back to the top standards view, and let's add a new standard. Tap plus. Now we're in the Add Remove mode, and then tap the plus button here. We'll call this the boys 13 and over time standard. We'll tap Save. When we're done, we can tap Done. Again, you could tap the blue Detail button to edit this information. If we tap the boys 13 and under time standard, you'll notice there's no times created. Let's add one. Tap the Add Remove, tap the plus button, and let's set the standard cut time. Standard cut, we'll go ahead and set this to, let's do orange, and tap Done. And we'll set the event for this time standard to be 50 free. We'll do the short course yards, and tap Save. And let's set that time to be 32 seconds, 32.01 seconds. So let's do that. Tap Save. And when we're done, it looks good here. So for an orange time and the 50 free short course yards, we need a 32.01 with a boys 13 and over time standard. And if you click Done, you should see that here. And we're all set. If you tap the Standards button, you'll go back and you'll see that if you go back under here, we'll see all this information. We can click this blue Detailed button here to display this information and modify it if we need to. Hit Cancel. Now, let's go ahead. We have this boys 13 over, but we don't have a swimmer assigned with this time standard. So what's nice about iSwimTimes is you're not limited to a particular time standard if it's a girls or a particular age group. So let's go ahead and look at Jane Smith here, and we'll tap the blue button. We'll enter swimmer details, and this time for the standard we'll go ahead and change the standard now to the boys 13 and over standard, and tap Save. Notice it's changed, and we'll tap Save again. If we tap this, her row, and now let's take a look at how that standard modified her personal best times. If you notice, now her 50 free short course yards with a boys 13 and over time, she achieves an orange time at a 31.53. The next standard, there isn't anything available, but if we enter more, it would show that. If you tap the back button in the swimmer details, you'll see again her standard is set here. And you could also tap this blue button to enter additional information for the swimmer. Modify it, such. And if you look at the live meet mode, you'll see that it also modified that event number 1 where she did receive that 31:53 time. And that drop, and then there's the standard that is met. And that's pretty much it. We're all done with time standards now.